good morning. So yeah, first of all, okay, there are a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about today. First of all, it's the 1st of May, so happy holiday to everyone, all workers. As I said in the last video, I'm like an anarchist, socialist beliefs, and so the first is kind of exciting for me to have this day commemorating workers' rights, the importance of labor and organized labor. I feel like only few people actually care about this day here in Israel. So like I kind of look out for people with wearing red and like try to catch their eyes and see if like we have a mutual understanding thing that most people are not aware of actually. Though I will add that I am colorblind, so I'm always faced with the question, is that red enough? Like, is my shirt red or Bordeaux or whatever? And people will register it as not really red. So just to make sure, I wore also my red glasses, my red sandals. Hope you saw them. I didn't see it from that angle. Just to make sure. It's a green light. You saw me crossing on red, and now you'll see me again do that. I just figured if anyone watches my videos not from Israel, they might be super weirded by the fact that there are so many Israeli flags here. Basically, like every street light in this street has its Israel flag, national flag. Because yeah, we live in a nationalistic country, and this time in the year is like Remembrance Day. Last week it was for the Shoah, for the Holocaust, and this time, like this week is for the soldiers, the Israeli soldiers, the victims of terror attacks, whatever. They don't count in the Palestinian victims of Israeli terror attacks, in case you wondered. Because when we do that, it's not terrorism, it's defense. It's defense! And when Palestinians do that, then they are animals who wants to eat us. Yeah. So yeah, that took a bit of a darker turn. And anyway, so it's very nationalistic. Like around this time, people also put flags in their cars, because right after Remembrance Day for soldiers, there is like Independence Day for Israel, and they put it together like one day after the other, because like the first soldiers to die officially in the wars of Israel well, like those who died in the War of Independence. So it's a bit weird, I guess. And I think the real reason that they put it one day after the other is so that every year they can have this conversation about why should the Day of Remembrance be right before the Day of Independence. And they can rewash it into our brains, reshove it every year. The importance of commemorating and whatever, in schools and whatever. It's literally every year the same discussion. So that's that. But today is May 1st, so it's a bit different. This, like last week on Holocaust Day, I thought about the fact that I haven't seen much Holocaust cinema. So I downloaded a bunch of movies, recent and older. First one I watched was the Jojo Rabbit, because I was like, yeah, I'll start with the possibly lighter stuff. Also, I just finished watching Our Flag Means Death, so I wanted to see the other thing that Taika Waititi did. And it was not, like, it was really good. It was a really interesting film, I think. Because like it manages to combine the lightheartedness of a story of a kid growing up. Like he's growing up to be a Nazi, but like for him he's just a kid. And for us, looking at him, like we can see that it's not the genuine hatred that he bears in his heart, but more of a social norm, more of a socialization that he's going through. It's sad to watch. And then there is like the whole story with him and the Jewish girl hiding there in their home, and he needs to come to terms with the fact that they're human and the fact that his mom helps them and the fact that he's in love with her. Yeah. So yeah, there was that film. We're reaching the mulberry tree. I got the word for that. My girlfriend is fruitarian. She knows all the words for all the fruits. That's one thing you can trust her for. So I'm having a bit of a stop here to pick mulberries, eat some. They're so good. Best things in life are free. And if they aren't, then they should be. Milk first, you know. These are good. Anyway, I had a talk with my girlfriend last night. Evening, not night. Since I'm at home most of the day, I figured that I had time home alone, like quite often, and she doesn't. And I asked her if she thought she needs some. Turns out she doesn't need some, but she would love to have some sometimes. And so today I'm staying at work a bit later. It's not like I don't have anything to do there. I'll check some exams, some homeworks, and return home a bit later. See how it goes. I want to say that because I don't know. I feel like online you hear mostly about the beautiful sides of things, of relationships, and that's part of it. It's not the parts that are usually talked about, or just so you know, I feel like our relationship is amazing. It's going great. And it's not like a bad thing that you need space. It's a good thing that we acknowledge those things and give them to each other. That's how I see it. Though I'll be honest and say that it's not that it's completely without any doubts that something could be wrong. Doubting is also part of it. So it also doesn't mean that it's a bad relationship or anything. The doubt is because I'm a doubtful person. I'm doubting myself. I don't think we're entitled to relationships that dispel each and any doubt that we have. I'm cleaning my hand on the pine tree. It's quite funny. Yeah, I don't think we're entitled to have our partners dispel our every doubt in every way that we would like. I think it's important to face those doubts, those fears, and to grow from them, to grow with them. So yeah. What else? Next topic. It's a bit embarrassing, but I just thought that maybe the best topic would be silence. Let's walk in silence, just appreciate the street, appreciate the trees, the air, the little cat. There is a cat, I'm not shitting you. There is a cat. Okay. I'm stopping the silence part just to show you guys. That beautiful red field. It's think it's poppy flowers, like the same family of the poppy. And yeah, we have those in Israel. They are really pretty. What else? Sorry for the noise as well. We only have a few minutes more until I reach work, reach the school in which I teach. But that's alright. I needed to lay things off my chest for a while, and I got it. So that's good. I'm wondering if I'm talking loud enough. Because if I speak too low, you wouldn't hear what I have to say. Not that it matters. The most important part is just putting it in. And if I want to rewatch it, then it might be a problem. In any way, I was offered to work for a democratic school next year, and that kind of excites me because I was thinking about if I'm going to stay in teaching, then something must change, at least something, and that's a big change. Because it's a whole different attitude to education, and I don't want my relationship to my student to be adversarial, as it seems inevitable at this point in the standard education system. But when kids have a say, have agency on which classes they take at which level, and whether or not they're going into the class that they've chosen today, and there's probably a better attitude towards evaluation, and just get a difficult exam, see how you would fare and get your grade. And also probably a better one for work-life balance for the students, so you don't drown them in homework. I don't do that, but they suffer for that in some ways, because then they might be underprepared for the test. So if the tests are adequate for the healthy study life ratio for the kids, then I don't know, you can afford to have your life and succeed in your tasks. And also there are smaller classes, which is amazing. I could stress enough how big a difference is to have a huge class of 40 kids, which is what I have right now, versus a small class of 15 kids, 12 kids. You can be with them all. You can understand exactly where this kid is behind, where they're strong, and you can challenge them a little. Like there is a lot more personal engagement possible, and it sounds amazing. Because like, I don't know, a lot of the time we hear that about kids who like, or grown-ups who remembering their school, and be like, the teachers don't care. Teachers are like these bad people, are antagonists who try to socialize us in some way, to repress us. And I totally get why. Like being a teacher who wants the complete opposite for the kids that I teach, and still having to participate in the rituals of teaching, of testing, of grading. I can totally get why. I also am repressing them from their point of view. And like, it's not a healthy goal to be a better repressor. It's not. Changing from within the system is like always requires assimilation to it. Like those soldiers who are like going to the military and say, yeah, I'm gonna be like a humanistic border controls soldier, so that when a Palestinian comes to cross the border for their work, they'll at least be greeted with a smile or something like that. I won't brutally hit them. I will just do the required ritual of like having them wait for a few hours and thoroughly checked so that they aren't posing any threat. That's fucked. And anyway, that's not about them, that's about me. What I'm doing is also fucked. I'm not in a position to inspire in them the belief that they're worth more than what their grades are. When I'm grading them and telling them what their grades are and what they're worth. Look at that. So yeah, I'm in school.